Hi everyone, and welcome to our next video of Families into Bushcraft series. Today we'll be looking at how to put up a very simple tarp. But one of the first things I want to remind you before we do this is check your canopy. Just like we've stated in one of the other videos, which we'll refer to in a link down there somewhere. Always check your canopy out to make sure it's safe.
So the things that we need for today's exercise is a decent length of paracord. This is about 60 feet long, this. A knife, some toggles, a lighter, some loops. We always have more than we need with these things, and a couple of pegs, and of course the tarpaulin. Okay, so the first thing we've got to do is we need to put our ridgeline up, and it's quite a simple exercise. Remember, we've got about 60 feet of paracord. There's way too much on here than we need today, but it's always best to have more than less. So first of all, we're going to put a loop on one end of this paracord. Okay, so we make a loop, turn it back on itself, grab the standing line, and we're just going to pull the paracord up, and there's our loop. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to put our paracord around the tree, give the tree a nice hug, let it know we love it. I've got a toggle in my pocket somewhere. Here we go. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to actually just drop this line here for now, pull this here. All we're going to do is pull a loop through this loop. We're going to take the toggle like so. It's really quite difficult doing it with my left hand so that you guys can see. And we're going to pull it nice and tight. So that's our first attachment to the tree. Okay, so now we're going to take it across to the other tree. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take the paracord around this tree, and we're going to make a loop just here. So we grab it, twist our hand, grab the standing end, and pull. And there's our loop. From there, we're now going to put our working end through that loop. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to pull the paracord back towards the tree, and the more we pull it, the more tension we get on the ridge line. So we're going to put our finger and thumb and just grasp this. One way we can do it, and if I was honest with you, the way I prefer most of all is to pull both together, both lines together. And all we're going to do is make a loop, grab the working end and pull, and that's our ridge line. We could in actual fact put a toggle in here if we wanted to and pull it nice and taut, but we don't, we just leave it as it is.
The next thing we're going to do is show you how to put the prusik loop onto the ridge line, and all you need to start with is a loop. Any basic knot will get you going with this to start with, but we will show you in the next video how to do the different types of knots. What we do first is put your loop onto your ridge line, and what we do next is put your loop onto your ridge line, loop it through and pull it down. We repeat this 3 times, always making sure every loop passes on the inside. Once we got to there, we'll just pull it tight from there. There we go, that's it on now, nicely tidied up. Just a quick note on the prusik knot as well. It actually works better if the cord you're using for the prusik knot is actually slightly smaller than your ridgeline cord. So you can notice now how the prusik knot will move along nice and easy along the line. But as soon as you put a little bit of tension on that and pull it, it stays exactly where it is. The next thing we're going to do is put your paracord through the eyelet of your tarp, and just as easy as putting it through and securing it with your toggle. There we go, just like that. So now what we will do is attach our toggle to our ridgeline as well. Slide that along, put that through there. And secure it all tight. Now what we'll do is put a prusik knot at the other end, but this is going to be slightly different. Once again, once we've done the prusik, we'll slip it through the eyelet of the tarp and secure it with our toggle. What we'll do now is slide it along just to put tension on it there.
Okay, last but not least, we now need to peg our bottom of the tarp into the ground. Now what we've done is we've got two different types of pegs here, and again we're going to show you how to do these pegs. It's quite easily done, but again that's going to be in one of our other videos. So all we need to do, put our loop through, pull it nice and tight, stick our peg through that loop and place it into the ground. Okay, so this is the other peg that we're going to put in, and as you can see this is slightly different than the other one. If you've got the right resources, that one is so much easier to use. All you've got to do is cut a point on the end, crown the top, and you don't have to worry about the notch. But this is the other one with a notch, and we're now going to put this in the ground as well. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this peg into this hole. Now it's always best to make sure that you check your wood. The last one I put in actually snapped at this point here, and it was dead standing. What I've actually done is I've found another bit of dead standing that isn't as old. So in we go. Okay guys, that's it for today. Just one note is that we will be putting our videos up regularly every week on a Wednesday. You may have noticed a pattern. Last week we had problems because we just couldn't get anything uploaded to YouTube, but safe to say if we can get it up on a Wednesday, that's what we'll do. So that's it for now. Please like,
Comment,
subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. The Bushcraft family. Dead letter. Dead letter. Dead letter. Dead letter. Dead letter.